Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jenny. Today's video is going to be a review and swatches of the Disney Designer Collection collaboration with ColourPop, the Midnight Masquerade. I do have the eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. I have one highlighter, and it is the Cinderella highlighter in Horse and Carriage. And then I did buy one of the bundles, which was the Belle bundle, which came with the blush and the lip color. I did go ahead and put all the makeup on. I was not going to do a tutorial. These products have been out for a little bit, so they're not necessarily new anymore. Where I got married and all that fun stuff, I haven't had time to really film this. I have played around with this though, and I do have opinions on it, so I am going to talk about that. And I will do the swatches as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the review. So I don't really know what I want to talk about first. Let's go ahead and talk about the eyeshadow palette first. This is what it looks like on the outside. It is just the normal cardboard packaging. It is a octagon shape though. It's not the traditional square packaging, so that's pretty interesting. Inside you do get 15 eyeshadows of different finishes, anywhere between mattes to pressed glitters. And I do think that this collection is awesome because it is representing other princesses and Disney women that were not in the previous collection. So in this one, you get Meg from Hercules, you get Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame, Rapunzel's in this one, Giselle from Ever After is also in this. Is that Ever After? So as a whole, I really enjoy this palette. It's just like any other ColourPop palette as far as the quality. The quality is impeccable. It's wonderful. They blend beautifully. They apply beautifully other than the two pressed glitters. If you've watched any of my recent ColourPop reviews, I am not a fan of the pressed glitters. I did wear one today. They don't last long, and I'm looking in a mirror right now and I can see little flecks of it all over my face where it's falling out. Even though I did use a glitter glue, it doesn't matter. It falls out really bad, and like as the day goes on, it's going to fall into my eyes and get really uncomfortable really quickly. So I might actually just take this look off after I'm done filming. Other than that, the quality of the mattes, the shimmers, I have used all of the colors in this palette, and I really think they are beautiful and they perform really, really well. They wear nicely, they blend nicely. I really think this is a good quality palette, and if you like pressed glitters, like looking at it on my lids, it's beautiful. And even if you don't like them, there's still a lot of other shades in this palette that's really beautiful. I'm going to wait and do swatches of all these products at the end, but I will tell you what I have on my eyes today. So I took a mixture of Damsel, Pip, and Enchanted all in the crease and a little bit onto the lid. I then took Nutmeg, New Dream, and Gaston all on the outer corner and then into the crease as well. I then took Diali, I think is how you pronounce that. I took it all over the lid as well, and then took Floating Lantern, which is my favorite of the two pressed glitters. Like the colors in this glitter is beautiful. I patted it mostly in the center, but then blended it in a little bit as well. Took Spinning Wheel on the inner corner, and then took Pip, Enchanted, and Nutmeg all over the lower lash line. Comparing this to the other Disney collections, the Villain and the Princess palette, this is my least favorite of the three. There's a scary bird outside. This is my least favorite of the three just because I feel like a lot of these looks, including the ones using the greens, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the looks that I get out of it, because these are all pretty similar in tone, especially these three over here on the eyes, I feel like a lot of these looks can look very similar. But as a whole, the quality is great, and I really have been enjoying this palette though. Moving on to the bundle that I got, I did get the Belle bundle, and this is the blush, and the shade is called Enchanted Mirror. It is a really nice light rosy pink. It really adds sorry, I was blinding you with the mirror. They do come with a mirror. So here's what it looks like without the blindingness of the mirror. I'm sorry, my hands don't know how to hold this. It is just a really, really light flush of pink, and it looks really beautiful on the cheeks, like it is a cooler tone pink, so to me it gives you that fresh from the cold look, which I really enjoy. I think it looks really good on my skin tone personally. This may be a little too light for anyone with a deeper skin tone though, but it is just depending on what you like in a blush and what kind of tones you like. The quality is great. It is a pressed powder. It is not one of the cream blushes, but I do really enjoy it. I think it looks beautiful, and it wears really nicely throughout the day as well. And the other product is a new lip product. What is this called? The Luxe Liquid Lip. This is in the shade Beast. It is what I have on my lips today, of course. And I really, really love this. It reminds me a lot of what are those? It reminds me a lot of the NYX lip cream, the matte lip cream thingies. And I really, really enjoy the way it feels on the lips, because it is a matte lip, but it's not super drying. It feels really velvety. It's really, really nice. I actually wore this on my wedding day. It was a last minute decision, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It wore really beautifully throughout the evening, and I love this formula. I hope they come out with like, just they expand the shade range that's not specific to the Disney collection. I really, really enjoy this, and I would be open to trying more, definitely. I think it is a beautiful formula, and I really, really enjoy this color. It's perfect. And the last product is the highlighter I have on today. This is the Cinderella highlighter in the shade Horse and Carriage. It is a very icy white champagne shade, which is a little intense for me personally day to day, but it is a gorgeous highlighter. To me, it's more like their Super Shock highlighter than it is a pressed powder. It is a pressed powder though, but it feels more creamy than the other pressed powder I have up there. So I don't know, but I love it. It's beautiful. It looks gorgeous on my skin tone. It may, like the blush, it may be a little too light for those of deeper skin tones, but of course if you like that on your skin tone, perfectly fine. It's a beautiful formula, looks gorgeous on the skin, it wears nicely throughout the day. As a whole, I am very, very thrilled with this collection. I will have this collection linked down below. Here, let me pull it up so I can tell you the prices. So this eyeshadow palette is $22, which I think is on par with the other Disney collection eyeshadow palettes. The Belle bundle, as well as the other princess bundles, $18. The individual lipsticks are $8, and the individual blushes and highlights are $10. I think that those are pretty fair prices for each individual item if you didn't want a bundle. You can buy the whole collection as a bundle, I believe. Yes, you can get the entire collection for $166. You can buy the pretty collection that they sent out as PR as well for $191. I personally wouldn't do that. There are things in here that I am not a fan of. Shades that won't work for me, blush, highlight, lips that I just wouldn't use. So to me, that's not a great deal because I wouldn't use a lot of those things. So now let's go ahead and get into the swatches. I am going to swatch the highlighter, blush, and lipstick first. So this is the highlighter in the shade Horse and Carriage. Very icy white, champagne leaning. It is very, very pretty though. And this is the blush in the shade Enchanted Mirror. Just a really nice flush to the cheeks. And here is the lipstick in the shade Beast. I'm gonna do it this way because I can't see my hand. Yeah, so there is the lipstick swatched. I can do that better. Yeah, there we go. So now we are moving on to the eyeshadow palette, and I will just swatch it row by row. So this first row, we have Spinning Wheel, which is a white with a pink shift to it. And then we have Damsel, which is a very light pink shade. I don't even know that you can see that very well. And then we have Pip, which is a more neutral brown. It is kind of like a satin finish as well. And then Enchanted is a nice peachy rosy kind of shade. And the last one in this row is called Mama Odie, and it is a white with a pinky green. It's like a instead of a duochrome, it's like a triochrome. It's kind of got 3 colors in there. Really, really pretty though. Here is row number 1. And I am going to swatch the glitters last because they are so chunky and make such a mess. I don't want those glitters in the other swatches. So I will skip those and do them last. So in the second row that aren't the glitters, we have Diali, I think, which is a nice kind of coppery pink. Then we have Mrs. Potts, which is a nice super like yellow gold. And then we have Frog and Wife, which is a really beautiful green with like a golden kind of shift to it. It's beautiful. Here are the non-glitters in the second row. And now we are moving on to the last row, and in this row we have Nutmeg, which is a really nice orangey shade. These don't swatch well at all. I was really kind of worried, which of course you can't base anything off of swatches, but these mattes just do not swatch well. Then we have New Dream, which is a really beautiful like fuchsia pink. Then we have Gaston, which is a really nice brick red. And then we have Quasimodo, which is a nice kind of like reddish tone brown. Swatches like crap though. And then the last one in this row is Merryweather, which is a nice navy, and it actually applies really, really well and looks beautiful on the outer corner of the eye with these brown and pink tones. Here is the last all matte row. And so now we are going to do the glitters, and this first one is the shade Floating Lantern, which is the pink one. Really pretty. And then the next one is Royal Ball, which is, it looks bluish in the pan, but then it has that really cool like goldish shift. It is really pretty, but I just hate the glitters. They just don't wear well throughout the day. So that's been my review and swatches of the Disney Designer Masquerade collection, Midnight Masquerade collection. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to subscribe, please feel free, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.